Good evening. You're watching Reporter's Diary on the Eco of India's digital platforms. And before we move ahead, let me share with you the major points which are in news this evening. Normal life was thrown out of gear in Andhra Pradesh today as heavy to extremely heavy rainfall ranging from 6 centimeter to 30 centimeter battered at least half of the state under the influence of cyclone Nivar, leaving one dead. Another farmer was feared washed away while NDRF personnel rescued two others from a reservoir in Chittoor district. The severe cyclonic storm Nivar weakened into a cyclonic storm over coastal Tamil Nadu earlier in the day and was said to further weaken into a deep depression, according to the IMD. Union Home Minister Amit Shah spoke to Chief Ministers of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry and assured them of all possible help from the centre. Shah said that the centre is closely monitoring the situation in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry after the landfall of the cyclone. Normal life was partially affected in several states in the country, while Kerala, Puducherry, Odisha, Assam, and Telangana witnessed nearly complete shutdown as more than 25 crore workers participated in the nationwide strike, according to central trade unions. The day long countrywide strike was called by a joint platform of 10 trade unions to protest against the centre's new farm and labor laws, among other worker related issues, as well as to raise various demands. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said that India can never forget the wounds of 26/11 Mumbai terror attack, and the country is fighting terrorism with a new policy and a new process. In his valedictory address at the 80th All India Presiding Officers Conference, Modi remembered the 26/11 martyrs on the 12th anniversary of the incident, and I quote, "Today's date is associated with the biggest terror attack on the country. On this date in 2008, terrorists sent from Pakistan had attacked Mumbai," the Prime Minister said in his address via video conference. Tension spiraled at the Shambu interstate border today as police used water cannons and tear gas to disperse hundreds of farmers from Punjab who broke barricades with determination to enter the state as part of their Delhi Chalo march against the centre's farm laws. Farmers and police faced off as the latter made announcements on loudspeakers to ask the farmers assembled on the Punjab side of the border to disperse. Smoke from the tear gas clouded the air, and uniformed security personnel milled around to stop agitating farmers from marching towards the national capital. And lastly, US President-elect Joe Biden has reminded citizens of the country that their war is against the coronavirus and not against each other. Biden said this as he called for an end to the grim season of division in the country. In a Thanksgiving address ahead of the holiday, he urged fellow Americans to forego high-risk holiday traditions as cases of the virus continue to surge in the US. This is the moment when we need to steel our spines, redouble our efforts, and recommit ourselves to the fight, Biden said, speaking from his hometown of Wilmington, Delaware. And these are the major points. Now I am joined by our team of reporters, Asmita and Riddhi. Yes, Asmita, what all at your end?
Hi, Safi. The news that I would like to share from Shiliguri. At a time when COVID cases are on the rise at Darjeeling, the thermal screening center set up at Shimulbari, the entry point to Darjeeling and Karshiang from Shiliguri by GTA, and have become non-functional as the scanners there have become defunct. And Safi, this has caused concerns among people as tourists and other people are steadily trickling in the hills. And incidentally, as many as 102 trace COVID cases have been reported from Darjeeling district. And Safi, however, when asked Darjeeling DM Shashank Shetty, he said that he would look into this matter. That's all from my side, Safi.
All right, Asmita, thank you so much. Yes, Riddhi, what all happening at your end?
Hi, Safi. The first story I would like to mention here before our viewers is normal life was partially affected in West Bengal today due to a nationwide strike by Central Trade Union during which sporadic clashes were reported in several parts of the state. The 24-hour Bandh was called by a joint committee of the Central Trade Union in protest against the centre's economic policies. Bandh supporters, mostly activists of the CPIM-affiliated outfits like CITU and DYFI, brought out rallies in Jadavpur, Goria, Kamal Ghazi, Lake Town and Damdam areas in and around Kolkata, disrupting vehicular movements and asking the shopkeepers to pull down their shutters of their establishments. An official said left activists blocked road in Central Avenue, Hastings, Shambazar and Molali area of Kolkata. The official said left front chairman Biman Bose led Congress and left workers to block Malik Bazar crossing in the city. He alleged that the TMC government in the state was trying to muzzle a spontaneous people's movement with brute force. According to an official, protesters clashed with the police at Barashat and Belghoria in North 24 Parganas district, Paschim Bardhaman's Durgapur, Kochbihar's Mathabhanga, Dhupguri in Jalpaiguri and Midnapur town in Paschim Mednipur district. Suburban train services in the Shalda divisions were also affected as agitators blocked railway tracks at several stations, an Eastern Railway spokesperson said. The strike affected the state's jute industry, the tea gardens in the Duas region, and also impacted coal production in the mines of the Eastern Coalfields Limited in the western part of the state. Sources said. Another story that I would like to mention here, West Bengal Urban Development Minister Firhad Hakim has expressed his wish to be a part of volunteer for the Covaxin Phase 3 trial scheduled to be held at the city-based National Institute of Cholera and Encentric Disease, NICED. Hakim, who is also the chairperson of the Board of Administrators in the Kolkata Municipal Corporation, said that he has spoken to the NICED authorities about his wish and they will be conducting a health checkup on him to find out whether he is fit to be a part of the Covaxin Phase 3 trial at the institute. An official of the NICED said they welcome Hakim's willingness to be a part of the trial. This is a great gesture and they think this will set a good example for others too. That's all I have from Kolkata.
All right, thank you, Riddhi. We move on to Port Blair now. Razia.
Good evening, Shafi. Shafi, I would like to start with the dugong state animal, which is a state animal of Andaman and Nicobar Island and sighted today morning at the Aberdeen Water Sports Complex. Dugong, as I said, it's a state animal and also known as the sea cow, which can be found mainly in the Little Andaman Islands. It is a usual sight for the morning walkers to witness a rare dugong animal at Port Blair. So it is sighted today early morning at 8 o'clock, and people, of course, they are inquisitive to know more about it, and they were clicking pictures. So it is very rare sight to see in the Port Blair, but usually it can be seen in Little Andaman Nicobar Island. And the second one is Unity NGO. It's an NGO has taken up an initiative to help the old age people and women and children. The resident of Storeganj and Panighat, they have taken initiative to launch give auto facilities to on Monday morning 8 o'clock to till 1 p.m. The NGO hired 4 autos and they will be paying to these auto drivers in the evening after collecting the amount from the NGO members. The auto facilities is really helpful for those who are not able to reach hospital on time because Storeganj and Storeganj to Panighat, the roads are in a very bad condition and the auto and bus services are not getting on regular time. So this facility initiative by the NGO to facilitate the people is highly appreciated and appreciated by the old age people and the women and children of these areas. So that's all from Port Blair, Shafi.
All right, Asmita, Riddhi, and Razia, thank you so much for joining Reporter's Diary. Viewers, this is all we have in Reporter's Diary this evening. Please do join us again tomorrow to have more of news. Thanks for watching.